Hello everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's episode, we're stepping into the most intense turning point of Jack's life. After 10 years of being secretly framed for a deadly construction accident, the truth is finally dragged into the interrogation room. Toan breaks down in handcuffs, Vin confesses everything, and Jack walks out cleared, carrying a heart that's heavier than any prison sentence. What happens when justice finally arrives, but all you want is to go home to the person you love and a simple bowl of cassava sweet soup? If you enjoy this story, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. Golden light spills across Tu Tien's sleepy face, turning the tiny bedroom into something soft and unreal. Jack tugs her closer by the waist, chin resting on her shoulder, warm breath brushing her neck. "It's freezing out there," he murmurs. "Stay home today and be good." She nods, fingers clutching the front of his coat, like letting go might make him disappear again. "I know. You be careful too." He presses a kiss to her forehead, then finds her lips in a slow, lingering kiss that seems to pull the whole winter closer against the windows. Two hearts pound in the quiet room, beating the same nervous rhythm. He finally forces himself to step back, hand trailing down her arm. "Call me if anything feels off," he says at the door. "Even the smallest thing." "I will," she smiles. "Just come home early." Cold air knifes in when he opens the door. Jack glances back one more time, memorizing her standing there in her oversized sweater and messy hair, then disappears into the pale morning. She stays in the doorway until the car vanishes behind the frost-touched trees. Only then does she close the door, hugging herself. The house goes still. Only the faint smell of coffee and his cologne lingers. Tu Tien breathes it in, lets the ache of missing him settle where it always does, then rolls up her sleeves. A new day starts, full of small things done for someone she loves. She wipes the table, ties on a faded apron, and walks out into the back garden. Weak sunlight filters through the leaves, laying pale bands of light across the soil. White cassava roots peek from the rich earth. She kneels, fingers gently loosening each clump, lifting the roots one by one. Dirt trickles down her wrists, but she doesn't mind. "Jack loves cassava," she murmurs, smiling to herself. "I'll make so many dishes for him today he won't know where to start." The thought makes her chest feel warm. She can already hear him complaining, "How am I supposed to choose?" while still clearing every plate. The basket grows heavy. She hoists it up with a soft grunt and carries it back to the house. In the yard, she spreads out a plastic sheet, slices the cassava thin, and arranges the pieces into careful rows. The cold wind slips under her sleeves, her fingers go numb, but she keeps working. Mew rubs against her ankle. Vang circles with his tail wagging, nose twitching at the smell of fresh food. "Good kids," she laughs, bending to scratch their heads. "If you behave, there'll be cakes for you later." In the kitchen, she rinses sticky rice until the water runs clear, soaks mung beans, slices ginger into thin, fragrant strips. Old music crackles from the radio. She hums along, voice low and warm, filling the tiny room in a way that makes it feel less lonely. Outside, the sun slowly strengthens. Cassava slices glisten like small, pale gold coins under the light. She leans on the doorframe, looking out at the garden, the dogs, the stoves, the road where his car disappeared. "As long as you come home," she whispers, "everything is worth it." Red dust swirls under a harsh midday sun. On the construction site, Jack stands in a hard hat, boots caked with dirt, sweat already darkening his shirt. Excavators roar, workers shout over engines, the ground vibrates with every bucket of soil that moves. Heap strides over, a stack of reports in his hand, brow furrowed. "Weak zone's still not up to standard," he says. "If we rush this fill, it'll be on our heads later." Jack squats near the edge of the pit, scoops up a handful of red clay and crushes it between his fingers. It crumbles too easily, dusty and loose. "We can't cut corners here," he says quietly. "Not after what we've seen before." The investor appears, clean shirt and shiny shoes, looking almost ridiculous in the dust. He claps Jack's shoulder with a rehearsed smile. "Progress looks good," he says. "Just keep an eye on subsidence, all right? We don't want any unexpected headlines." Jack meets his gaze, voice steady but firm. "We'll replace the weak soil and test again. There won't be accidents on this site." The machines roar louder, like they're backing him up. Jack tucks the report under his arm, already calculating time, cost and risk in his head. His phone vibrates in his pocket. He glances at the screen and freezes. Police station. His pulse stumbles. He walks away from the noise and dust till the engines become a dull rumble behind him, then answers. "Jack speaking?" Officer Thu's voice is calm, flat, and somehow more frightening because of it. "We need you at the station immediately. It's about the Min Huong case." For a second he can't breathe. Min Huong. Bitter lemonade. 10 years of whispers. The accident that never stopped following him. He looks toward the direction of the farmhouse, imagining Tu Tien in the kitchen, singing along to that old radio, hands smelling of ginger and cassava. "I'll come now," he says at last. "I'm on my way." He pockets the phone, draws in one slow breath as if he can swallow the panic back down, and walks toward his truck. Red dust coats the windshield as he drives. Potholes rattle through the chassis. His hands grip the steering wheel so tightly his knuckles turn pale. The grey wall of the station rises ahead, topped with barbed wire. He passes through the gate, and the air instantly feels different. Stale, cold, tinted with cigarette smoke and photocopier ink. They lead him into an interrogation room. Under the hard fluorescent lights, Toan sits at the metal table, shoulders hunched, handcuffs glinting on his wrists. The confident businessman is gone. What's left looks smaller, older, hollowed out by something heavier than prison. Vin stands nearby, clutching a thick file. His eyes are rimmed red, his hands trembling. When Jack enters, every head turns. Vin swallows hard, then steps forward, holding out the file like it burns to touch. I'm giving everything up," he says, voice shaking. "The fake contracts, the cut materials, all of it. I can't hide anymore." Jack's fingers brush the edge of the folder. It feels heavier than it should. He takes it anyway. Officer Thu sits at the far end of the table, expression unreadable. "With this new evidence," she says, "we have enough to formally charge Toan for his involvement in the past construction accident and the attempt to frame you at Min Huong." Toan jerks his head up, eyes wild for a moment. "I want my lawyer," he snaps, but there's no strength behind it. Silence settles. Jack's throat is dry. He forces words out, each one scraping along old scars. "That day at Min Huong," he says slowly, "Toan handed me a drink. The lemonade was bitter, then the room started spinning. When I woke up, I was already being blamed for everything." The hum of the lights grows louder. Memories crash in. Cold tiles, poisoned nausea, the heavy weight of eyes that didn't believe him. Vin suddenly drops to his knees. "I was wrong," he sobs. "I knew about the cover-ups. I helped him. I let you carry it alone. Please, please be lenient with me. I'll testify. I'll tell the truth." Jack looks at Vin, then at Toan, whose hands won't stop trembling despite the hard set of his jaw. Pain surges up. 10 years of anger, humiliation, and doubt. But alongside it, for the first time, comes something else. Relief. The twisted knot in his chest starts to loosen. Officer Thu nods to the guards. They move toward Toan, metal cuffs rattling. Jack turns away as the iron door swings open behind him. He steps into the hallway just as it slams shut with a sharp, final click. The sound echoes through the concrete corridor like the last page of a long, dark chapter finally being turned. Fluorescent light washes every face in the interrogation room the same cold color. Toan sits shackled to the metal table, shoulders sagging, sweat on his brow. Beside him, Vin clutches a folder, fingers shaking. Across from them, Officer Thu opens the file. "We'll go through this," she says. "Every fake contract, every shortcut, every life your choices put at risk." She spreads photos on the table, collapsed beams, twisted rebar, concrete split open, a crushed motorbike, blood on dusty ground, a white sheet over a body that never made it home. Jack stands a few steps back, hands clenched at his sides. His gaze sticks to every image. Vin's voice breaks first. "It started with the first accident," he whispers. "We used cheap materials. Toan wanted to save money. When it collapsed and people died, he panicked. He bribed inspectors. I forged reports. We changed numbers so the papers look clean." Officer Thu flips a page. "And when Jack started asking questions?" she asks. "Toan said we needed a scapegoat," Vin replies, staring at the floor. "He chose Jack, said he was too clean, too trusted. If we dragged him down, no one would look higher." She turns to Toan. "You drugged his drink at Min Huang," she states. "You set up the scene so that when he woke up, all suspicion would fall on him. You used an old tragedy to hide your new crimes. Do you deny it?" For a second, Toan holds her gaze. Then he lets out a rough, bitter sound. "I did what everyone does," he mutters. "Trim the budget, fix the numbers, move on. Nobody cares until something breaks." "People died," Vin burst out, eyes red. "Your greed killed them, and you tried to kill him slowly for 10 years. Jack's fingers dig into the back of a chair. In his mind, he's back at Min Huang, the smell of grilled food, Toan sliding a glass of lemonade toward him, that first sip too bitter, the room spinning, his own heartbeat roaring before everything went black. "I woke up already guilty," Jack says quietly. "Clients turned their backs, friends disappeared. I spent years proving I wasn't the monster everyone said I was." His voice shakes, but he doesn't look away. Whatever is left of Toan's pride cracks. His shoulders slump, his eyes go distant. He leans forward, and a harsh sob tears out of him. Vin drops to his knees. "I'm sorry," he chokes. "I knew. I stayed silent. I helped you." "Jack, I left you alone with all of it. I'll testify. I'll sign everything. I'm sorry." Officer Thu writes a few lines, then looks up. "The charges are clear," she says. "Fraud, construction violations causing death, tax evasion, attempted framing. We have documents, witnesses, and confession." Toan gasps for air between sobs. The room goes quiet except for his breathing and the hum of the light. Jack's heart pounds, but it isn't triumph. It's the weight of 10 years finally sliding off his shoulders. "Do you have anything to add?" Officer Thu asks him. He thinks of the nights he lay awake, wondering if the truth would ever matter. He hears again Tu Tien's steady voice. "You just keep walking straight. One day, the truth will catch up." "No," he says at last. "The truth is enough." Officer Thu nods to the guards. They pull Toan to his feet. The cuffs rattle as he's led away, head down. Jack turns and walks out. The iron door shuts behind him with a heavy click that echoes down the corridor like the ending of a story. Outside, evening bleeds across the sky. He drives home slower than usual. No racing, just deep exhaustion. Fields slide past in stripes of gold and green. The road is so familiar, it feels like his hands could steer on their own. When the small farmhouse appears, the kitchen window is glowing. He parks, steps out. The air is cold, but beneath it he smells something warm. Cassava, ginger, sugar melting over wood fire. Before he can knock, the front door flies open. Tu Tien runs out in an oversized sweater, sleeves half covering her hands, hair loosely tied up. Her eyes light when she sees him. "You're home!" she calls. He doesn't answer. He crosses the yard and pulls her into his arms, holding her so tight he has to remind himself to be gentle. He presses his face into her shoulder, breathing in smoke and soap and sweetness. She stiffens for a heartbeat, then relaxes. "What happened?" she asks quietly. "You're shaking." "It's over," he manages, voice rough. The truth finally came out. She doesn't ask for more, not tonight. She only squeezes his hand. "Good," she says. "Then leave it outside. Come eat." In the kitchen, the stove glows orange. A pot of cassava sweet soup bubbles on low. Roasted cassava waits on a plate. Tu Tien fills a bowl, adds ginger and a sprinkle of sesame and sets it in front of him. "Taste it," she says. "I worked all day. Even if it's bad, you're not allowed to say it." He lifts the spoon, blows, and takes a sip. Sweet, warm, ginger sharp, the flavors spread through his chest like something finally unclenching. "It's perfect," he says softly. "Best thing I've had in a long time." She beams. "Eat more, there's plenty." She talks while he eats, about the garden, about Miu almost stealing a cassava slice, about Vang knocking over a tray and looking guilty. Her voice wraps around the day, softening the harsh edges of the interrogation room. Jack listens, the knot in his chest loosening with every sentence. He watches her move in the small kitchen like she was always meant to be here. Eventually, she brings her own bowl and sits next to him, shoulders touching. "Tomorrow I'll try selling a bit at the market," she says. "If people like it, you have to come pretend to be my rich customer and buy everything." He smiles and kisses her hair. "If it's yours," he says, "I'll always buy it all." Outside, wind moves through the trees, carrying faint city noise that can't reach this far. Inside, there is firelight, the clink of spoons, two animals sleeping at their feet, and two hearts finally allowed to rest, knowing the shadow that chased them for 10 years now has a file, a sentence, and a locked cell, and that from here on, their story belongs to them again. After years of carrying the blame for a deadly construction accident, Jack is finally summoned to the police station to face the past that has haunted him. In the harsh light of the interrogation room, Toan sits in handcuffs while Vin hands over a thick file of fake contracts, cut-corner reports, and proof that Jack was drugged and framed at Min Huang. Photos of twisted rebar, broken concrete and covered bodies expose the full extent of their crimes. Toan collapses in tears, Vin begs for forgiveness, and Officer Thu confirms that Jack is officially cleared. Exhausted but free, Jack drives home at sunset, where the warm smell of cassava and ginger fills the little kitchen. Tu Tien welcomes him with open arms, a bowl of sweet soup, and the quiet safety he's been fighting to reclaim.